Hello, Dr. P here. Welcome to our 53rd episode of Synergy Tuesday. Yes, our 53rd episode. Definitely, as the world knows, we are in some challenging times. And part of I would like to contribute in this episode this week. I want to talk to or discuss the word interdependence and what that actually means. But before we understand interdependence, we have to understand how do we get to the level of interdependence, meaning where we all come together and synergize at the highest level. But first of all, let's talk about how we get to that process. So think about it this way. When you first got the information about the coronavirus and all the other things that's happening around us, COVID-19, you begin to think about you're dependent. Like you now in this state, like, what do I do? And so you rely on the experts for information. You rely on variable sources and the hospitals and your healthcare organization and the CDC and all those realms for information. So you're dependent on that info to know what the next logical step is. And once we get that information from the various sources, we have to decipher through it and hope that all is reliable. Reliability is important. And so we're dependent. So we're like an infant child. We're waiting to see what we need to do, what's the best. And I know for many of us, we're getting a lot of information, lots on social media and all those various sources. So once we move now from dependent, once we get the information, we become independent. Independent now, we think about, I got this information. What can I do to protect my family, myself, and those who are close to me? And that's a natural instinct. As we move from dependent to independent. And so now we're thinking about self. What can I do? And what can I do to protect myself, my loved ones, initially right around me? And that's a natural progression to interdependence. Interdependence means now you start thinking about I and we go to we. How can I be protective of we? How can we now be protective of that? So we go from an I mindset to we mindset. Now, how can we be protective and support each other? And I think that's what the government and all higher level of governance is trying to get us to do as a community and the world within our existing communities. Now we have to be responsible for each other. We have to become interdependent to defeat what they call the silent enemy or the coronavirus. And we have to begin to think about things we need to do, which is big as quarantining. Some say social distancing or physical distancing. I've heard both terms. Just being responsible. Now we have to be responsible with the information we receive. Remember, we were dependent on this information. Then we got information, then we became independent in our minds. And now we got to become interdependent. And that's how we defeat this enemy, this thing that's threatening our way of living, our economy, and all our ways of life. And so we only can do that together. That's all a big part of synergy. We have to synergize. In order to do that, it comes through the concept of interdependence. We have to be responsible for our brothers and our sisters and everyone around us, because if each one of us take the responsible level of coming together and say, I'm going to protect my brothers. I'm my brother's keeper, and that's my community keeper, my neighbor's keeper, whomever. That will help us get away from what most experts say can be very, very disastrous. And we don't want to get this. So let's do our part. Let's become an interdependent community. Let's begin to synergize as a community. And the more we practice quarantining, washing our hands, taking the basic steps, that will contribute to the healthcare organization in a way that we cannot even measure. Clearly, we don't know. It's a lot of unknowns, but here's what we do know. We can control our own behaviors. So let's practice interdependence. Let's become our brother's keeper. Let's become our neighbor's keeper. Let's become our community keeper. Let's become the world keeper. And that's the highest level of independence. That's some of the biggest things we can do to help the experts, help the healthcare industry, help your neighbors who are healthcare professionals. Even in our family, we got people who are healthcare professionals. So let's do our part. Let's practice interdependence at a level we've never seen before. And really, let's be disciplined. Wash your hands. Don't touch your face. And stay quarantined and practice social distancing. And for that, I think that will help each of us get to a level that I think it help our community and help resolve this issue sooner than later. Anyhow, that's it for now. Take care and see you soon. And don't forget to keep trotting. Bye-bye now.